Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic. And today is day 2 of the Naya Magda series. So yesterday I played this deck, which was super fun, absolutely love this deck, but we had an issue of finding a bunch of Magdas. So hopefully in today's video, we'll be able to find a lot more of them because we are even more all in on Magda with this deck. Just a reminder, if you don't know what Magda does, 2 mana, 2/1, other dwarves you control get +1/+0. Whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, you create a treasure token. And then sacrifice 5 treasures to search your library for a dragon card or an artifact card to put onto the battlefield, and then we shuffle our library. Well, in this deck, we be tapping. We tap dwarves like the best of them. Augusta Dean of Order, the white side of this card, says whenever you attack, you untap each creature you control, then tap any number of creatures that we control. So even if we played out a Magda and then attacked in with a Lovestruck Beast token, on the same turn, we get to attack in, tap down our Magda, create treasures, and start ranking up our treasures for the Magda ability. Or if you have Staunch Shieldmate, Rimrock Knight, Magda, and Augusta out there, we get to tap, untap, tap, give us 6 treasures and get a tutor up anything and still have some treasure to spare. And then we have the things that we can tutor with Embercleave, Goldspan Dragon, and our Esika's Chariot, which is basically the same game plan as the Gruul Magda version, but just changing up the numbers a little bit here. Then, of course, we still have our adventure package. It is the best package. It's a great package. The package is fantastic, so we keep it. And then we have Jaspera Sentinel, which works perfectly with our Magda to ramp up into it, play out a Staunch Shieldmate, tap down Staunch Shieldmates or other things to be able to play out bigger stuff, get more treasures. It's just the perfect card to play out with Magda in this deck, which is kind of the main reason that we went into Gruul anyway to make this work. I want this deck to work so badly, but we have to find Magda. So can we find Magda? That's the real question. We get a little bit of help in this deck by having Showdown of the Skalds. We go into white, which gives us some extra card draw with this card. It does mean that we have to cut down some other cards to make it work. So is that going to affect things too much? We'll see. But because we do things for fun around here, it's worth a shot. So let's go ahead and dive into the gameplay, see how it does for us, and wish me luck. Before we dive into the gameplay, I had over 140,000 unique viewers over the last 28 days. And with my subscriber percentage, that means 90,000 people have watched my videos this month that are not subscribed. And with 77,000 people watching multiple videos, I'm going to ask you guys to please hit the subscribe button. All right, let's dive into it. All right, up against Zarkadian, and man, this is where this deck gets a little bit awkward. We need the green mana to have a Jaspera Sentinel, but Staunch Shieldmate is also in the same one. I want to be bringing in the snarls on the one color set that we have, which is red white, so that we can play more fun stuff, but that also kind of throws off the entire game plan. So I think what I'm doing is actually playing out Plargg this time and then Staunch Shieldmate. It at least gets out more power on board, and that's another thing to do. It gets out a quick Embercleave potentially. That changes plans maybe. Now we can play it this way. I want to hold on to the Augusta. It turns all of our cheap dudes into good dudes. One issue though is that it does mean that Lovestruck Beast won't be able to attack in. So that is the one downside of Augusta. It is a Nombo with Lovestruck Beast, but that's why Lovestruck Beast is a 2-of in the deck. Still fantastic card, you know, it's still a great blocker. Just every once in a while you don't have it to attack. That's normal with Lovestruck Beast. We just are making it harder on ourselves too. But it's all for the sake of being able to have the most fun possible. All right, Mardu colors. All right, Luca deck. Cool. All in on this Embercleave. Guess it could be. It's definitely not a bad play. Not like spectacular, but I think it is what we do here. And then we have Goldspan Dragon next turn with a land. Which means I don't want the Embercleave to go on to anything other than this Edgewall Innkeeper. I did get rid of one of our best removal spells for a bunch of tokens. But that's fine. Get down to 15, pass the turn. We're still at least 2 turns away from them comboing off with Transmogrify. Hopefully find a Stompy Boy. If we can find a Stompy Boy, we can kill stuff in response to Transmogrify or Luca trigger. And then this is probably Velomachus. All right. Down to 16. Not a land. So go wide. I think so. I think we play this out so that we can play out the Goldspan Dragon if we want to. We play out Augusta. Tap down Sentinel. I get to untap as many things as I want to here. Just this one taps down. Everything else can be a blocker. All right, let's see how bad this gets. Do you have the Velomachus hunting for it? Is there the Transmogrify in hand? Claim the Firstborn. Well, it's not a Transmogrify. That's a good sign. I actually really like Village Rites in this deck. Okay, so that's what they're doing. So they have to claim the Firstborn with Village Rites and maybe Plumb the Forbidden because they're playing a bunch of tokens too. Interesting. So tapping both down. So I don't get Goldspan Dragon if they do have Village Rites. Killing a token means they can't Transmogrify or do anything unless they find another token generator. So I'm willing to get rid of one of our Jaspera Sentinels, hope that we have land draw for Goldspan Dragon here. If it means that they have to do 2 extra things to actually combo off. No land? Wow. Okay. All right, so we play Jaspera Sentinel. We equip this onto Staunch Shieldmate. Tap that one. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Swing in for 4. Down to 9, pass the turn. All right, land. Land would be nice. I mean, at least opponents having the same issue, but it would still be nice. Jaspera Sentinel is just awesome. It's a really good card. Yeah, I think they recognize that they're a few turns behind there at that point. We kind of got lucky there. By kind of, I mean like, holy crap, I like the luck. It's the best. I'll take it every time. All right. We have a good hand. Oh, man, I wish that happened more often. All right, we'll play out Jaspera Sentinel. Hide MTG Assistant. Check it out down below if you guys want to. Free download. It's awesome, and it helps support the channel. I'm not just putting down to the description. Okay, guys. Jeez, could you find out the cutter? All right. Seasoned Hellblade. All right, well, let's get all of the ramp on. So there's a Magda. Esika's Chariot's a pretty good way to start blocking and slowing them down. Also, just Goldspan Dragon on the next turn. So we can do this at any time. We only have 2 mana, nothing to play. Pass the turn. Do I block with the Jaspera Sentinel? That's kind of the question here. Or do I save it for a little bit more ramp? I can double block, force him to discard something, then play out Esika's Chariot. Is that better than just going off on for the combo? I'm like, it stops 5 points of damage here. It could do it. I could just kill the Usher of the Fallen, create a Magda treasure. We still have Esika's Chariot, but not the Goldspan Dragon. And I can tap down Magda with Esika's Chariot for ramp still. I just realized they had played a Selfless Savior first. What am I doing? I'm going to hover over the hand here to see if they'll wait for it to go through. Okay, so they lost that. Okay, they do have Selfless Savior. Yeah, I wasn't thinking. All right, and now it's Esika's Chariot time. Showdown Skalds would be nice, but we need to make sure we're not taking too much damage, that we just get got by a Skyclave Apparition. What am I talking about? Not that. The other good stuff. Pass turn. Skyclave Maul. That's what I'm thinking of. Sky Maul? That's not right. So we do have a 4/4. to block with here. I think that's worth going with. I don't see how they get out away from this giant killer. Okay, that's how they do it. So I'm blocking Season Hallblade here because they might go for Selfless Savior. I actually would prefer for them to get rid of a card. If our token from an Esika's Chariot helps them discard a card, okay, I'm fine with that. All right, so I have another Magda. Let's go. I also have Showdown of the Skalds. If I attack in with Magda and Goldspan Dragon, hold back the 2/2 as a blocker. We start attacking a little bit more aggressively. Hold back the cat. They probably will offer up the trade with the Selfless Savior, which I'm also fine with. Really? So they give me the full art treasure token because of from the Magda. Not this one. All right, interesting. All right, down to 16. Do I still play out the Magda though? No, I think it's Showdown of the Skalds, right? Yeah, we need to start getting ahead here. Card draws a way to do it. Shatterskull Smashing. Awesome, actually. Embercleave with Goldspan Dragon. We have lots of mana. Yep. Worst case scenario is they have another giant killer. That would be bad stuff. Again, if they want to keep attacking with Season Hallblade, we will keep blocking with these 2/2s. We're winning through other stuff here. Right now, we just want to keep our life total high, keep them discarding cards. Happy with that all day long, especially if they're going to be discarding like lands, so they don't have Faithless Haven. Okie dokie. Down to 11. Plays out Giant Killer. That'll get annoying at some point here. We'll probably have to stomp that. Only one card left in hand. We could go for Shatterskull Smashing. Play the Mountain here. All right, attacking with Goldspan Dragon. So we use all of our mana. Oh, actually, wait. How big can we get this? We get it up to a 7/7. We almost have lethal. Wait, we have lethal with Bonecrusher Giant, don't we? I forgot about the counters from Showdown of the Skalds. Right. So we do have lethal here. So put it there, it gets up to 6. Bonecrusher Giant gets it up to 7. Oh wait, and then the damage to face is what I was thinking of. Yeah, so we have it with that. I did it in my head, and then I had to do it again. So yeah. So up to 14, 2 to the face, gets it to lethal. Sweet stuff. All right, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. All right, up against Light Knight. And man, it's not Magda, but it's a good hand, so we're gonna keep it on the play. I mean, I'm not so greedy that I won't keep a perfect hand, but man, I want to be sometimes, okay? Up against the Lyris deck, hopefully Bonecrusher Giant kills like a Scorpion here. Oh, it is Rogues. Oh, yeah. All right, swing in. Playing it before the land, so they don't actually know if we have a stomp or not. Pass the turn. It's a land. Oh no. Oh, so many good things are gone. That's our Magda that we wanted. All right, stomp the face. All right, a couple of white sources now. We don't need them for now, so we're just going to play out red. Play out Bonecrusher dude. Yeah, let's just draw cards while we can. Even if they have a counterspell, which they do have enough for the John in the Lock. But otherwise, in general, playing out a big beefy dude is a good thing against this deck. Thieves-Guild Enforcer. Mills 2. No attacks. It's a lot of mill. We don't have any escape stuff. What should I bring in for escape stuff with this deck? I could see Elspeth being okay. That'd be a sideboard card though. Definitely not something you play in the main deck. Yeah, I'm not really sure there's anything that's really worthwhile. Maybe the Phoenix. Again, as a sideboard card. All right, well, no blocks. You take 3. We get a stomp. And then do nothing else. Esika's Chariot's probably just better than that, right? Into Goldspan Dragon. Hopefully no Drown in the Lock. Could have attacked in first to see if Stomp was worthwhile to kill the crab, but no. All right, pass turn. We have another Esika's Chariot, so I'm actually not that worried about our cats dying. We have lots of other ways to activate the Chariot. All right, so in their deck, everything is turned on. Oh, every single one of our Magdas. Okay, all but one. We have hope, but also no dwarves. Yes. All right, Thieves-Guild Enforcer. Okay, pass to my turn. All right, so I can Goldspan Dragon. Goldspan Dragon's definitely the best play. If it gets countered, it's the worst thing that can happen. And it's the worst thing that can happen. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I can swing with 2 cats here. Otherwise, it's not worthwhile. Otherwise, they just block with Ruin Crab. I could offer up the Esika's Chariot to the Thieves-Guild Enforcer. We have another one to play later if it doesn't get countered. But we at least make another cat, which is still worthwhile. And I actually think it is our best play. They can have another Thieves-Guild Enforcer come in, which would be annoying. But I think that, honestly, I'm okay with the trade-off. Making a cat and then playing another one on the next turn. It means that we can stomp an Esika's Chariot. Hopefully they counter the stomp if they have a counter. And not 2 or 3 or 7. The biggest thing with this deck is they're the tempo deck. If we let them, if we just wait around for too long, we just either get milled out, or we're dead to flyers, or we're just too far behind to actually matter. They start drawing a million cards. We get so far behind that it's just as bad stuff. And so I feel like we need to start putting some pressure at some point here. And the point is now. This is the some point. All right, Luris to hand. I want to hold up Bonecrusher Giant for that if possible. I'm not above killing the Soaring Thought Thief, though. Augusta would actually be huge here. Being able to turn these all into 3/2 attackers, which actually is fast. Yay for lands. Oh boy, that's all I've ever wanted. Stupid. All right, Esika's Chariot number 2. Swing in. Get to kill a Soaring Thought Thief. They get to replay it with Lurrus. We have to hold up the Bonecrusher for Lurrus, don't we? That's the turn. Dang it. I thought about it before attacks, and then it came to attacks, and I was like, I forgot about it. I have to go for the attack. But yeah, it's okay. Still down to 20. That ain't great. How good are these other three cards? Other two cards here. 3 with this. They're trying to play a Lurrus with 2 blue mana. Oh yeah, they had to tap down an extra one there. Okay. Yeah, it costs 2 black, not 2. You're not. Yeah. He tapped down wrong. That's hilarious. We could wait until he loses that mana. Okay, now so kill the Lurrus. Oh, that's hilarious. That's the best thing ever. Oh, it just made my day. All right, cool. Cool. I mean, they're hitting for a ton now. This is bad. And we're still milling so many cards. Goldspan Dragon would be huge. I'm pretty sure we've lost all of them, though. Let's check out Trusty Dusty MGD Assistant, which, by the way, this is one of the best things about it, is instead of you looking through all of your graveyard and finding, oh, what do I have left? You can actually just go in here and say, okay, how many things are left? It looks at the graveyard, looks at your list, and recognizes, okay, this is what you have a chance to find. So our best thing to find now is probably Bonecrusher Giants. We don't have a single Embercleave. Actually, Augusta would be huge here. Augusta would be massive. Well, let's try to draw Edgewall Innkeeper. Give me something good. Drawing is actually a little bit scary here. Showdown of the Skalds. Do I actually draw here? I don't know. I need to be able to go aggro here, though. Yeesh. All right, we tap down Bonecrusher Giant. We go swinging. I think we do this first. Act like we might have a Bonecrusher Giant in hand. We're going to swing in with Edgewall Innkeeper as well to make it even more threatening. We're dead. We're dead in the air on the next turn. Yeah. Down to 3. Yeah, I just realized how much damage they have. Oh, poop stain. Well, that's game. And there's all the Bonecrusher Giants. That actually would be really nice right now. And the Embercleave. Oh, man, what a hand. This was good. Down to 6. We actually, yeah, we go down to 2 cards. We almost mill out the same time they kill us. Yeah, good game. Well, drats. What are these last 2 cards? A Showdown and a Staunch Shieldmate. Good stuff. All right, against Lucas Buffalo. Man, a Magda would be amazing off the top. Decent hand still. This is part of the thing, is that Staunch Shieldmate is still pretty nice with all this stuff. We have all of our colors, which is a first for this deck so far. I knew that was going to be one of the biggest issues. We have Treasures and Jaspera Sentinel to fix our mana problem, and that has worked so far. But we shall see. All right, so we swing in. No Magda. Play out Rimrock Knight, pass the turn. Yorion with red. Jeskai control. Potentially. All right, well, let's just play out the stuff that we came to play. Augusta into Embercleave on the next turn. I mean, it's not a bad play. It's pretty dang fast. Yeah, I'll tap these guys back down. Hit them for 6. 13 damage. I think we have lethal next turn. Yeah, this has 10 plus 3. Dragon's Approach. Okay, I actually have a much higher hope for our deck then. If they don't have board wipe here, and they're just going for Dragon's Approach and stuff, we're in really great shape. And a Magda. Okay, then. That means we'll have treasures for the Embercleave, right? Hopefully. All right. If there's no target removal here. All right, so let's get a few treasures. Tap them down. Untap. You know, let's tap down the Magda too, just for fun. Augusta doesn't actually get the pump from everything else. Oh, now we can tutor up whatever we want to with Magda. How about that? Let's not use the treasures, though. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Oh, man. If Magda's in this deck, it's just as like, the game's over, no matter what. I just don't know how it takes me 5 games to finally find the first Magda. Sorry, I may not be showing some of the other ones, but man, that's annoying sometimes. All right, I'm against Evolvo Nick, and we're gonna mulligan. We need to come and try to find the cards. All right, this is at least keepable. Drop a Goldspan Dragon. I said drop a Goldspan Dragon. There we go. So we have Edgewall Innkeeper into Rimrock Knight, which does draw us cards. It is good. It's a good aggro play. Hopefully it's aggro enough. Doesn't look like it's gonna be. Pass the turn. I just want to find a flippin' Magda, okay? Oh, I've been playing so many games to try to find them, and or like the combo. I want Augusta. I want all of it. I want it all. So in this situation, we're gonna play Magda on the next turn. We do play out Rimrock Knight here. We draw the card. Then we play Magda so that we can ramp up on the next turn. Another Edgewall Innkeeper is actually pretty sweet too. Down to 19 past the turn. Down to 18. Lovestruck Beast. A little bit awkward. I should have held up the mana there to see if I could fake a Stompy Boy. I don't think they'll really attack, though. If I attack in, I get Goldspan Dragon online. I already waited too long, so they know that I don't have anything, so pass the turn. Yeah. Grook's Uprising, Trample. Okay, then. Is this just Gruul Magda, but they're adding in Grook's Uprising? Actually, kind of an interesting play. I like that line. All right, throw this out on red. I think we just Showdown here. Try to get a little bit ahead. Finding an Augusta would be sweet. Sentinel. I can play out another Magda. So I could offer the option there. We have Augusta for the next turn as well, though. Into Magda, number 2. Put out a bunch of counters so they would have to block pretty aggressively. Sure, we'll hold off. Pass the turn. Yeah, we get to play Sentinel into Augusta, into attack in, get all of the treasures. Oh, killing a Showdown. That's annoying. Augusta still means Rimrock Knight can kill the beast, though. I'm fine with that. That gives us enough to tutor up something. Ooh. All right, so throw this out on... I need it on white. Jaspera Sentinel. Shieldmate. Augusta. All right. We have another Magda, so attack. Do I go super aggro? Try attacking with these guys too. I mean, what do they have to block? I guess tutoring up the Embercleave is still the best play here, right? Tap, tap, tap. So tap down the dwarf as well. That's 5 treasures. That's a tutor. That's an Embercleave tutor. It means we don't get to play the other Magda, but I mean, if we get to keep it alive with Embercleave, which we don't. Really blocks there. I get to kill the whole board and just play out another Magda. I'm not opposed to that. Let's see if they have anything else. All right, that's not okay. Yeah, now that's definitely worth it there. Yeah, opponent scoops it up, sweet. Not too shabby. Dude, whenever this deck like has all the pieces, it is just like nigh unbeatable. It is so good. I just have a hard time drawing them. I really do. All right, guys. This is the breakdown analysis now. So I try to get enough games that we at least got to showcase everything there. Unfortunately, it took me way too many games to find the Shieldmate, to find Magdas, to find Augusta. I do have these at 3 ofs, and I do think that's right because Magda is really the thing that we need to find. We have Jaspera Sentinel, we have Esika's Chariot, we have other things. Rimrock Knights to still like make it worthwhile. The weird thing is I found way more Rimrock Knights throughout all my games. I am cutting some games here. I'll show you the games that I had here. So like this is my list, or just kind of notes real quick. We'll go into the breakdown analysis on this too. I think we ended up even with the deck, or no, it was 4-5. Yeah. So I played some in ladder, some in ranked, and some in free play. I went 3-2 in free play, which is kind of expected, and then 1-3 in ladder, which and those ones I should have taken some mulligans and I didn't, and so I just misplayed on those. Yeah, this deck, did you see the stats there? 6 times on the play and I lost more on the play. This deck should not be losing on the play as much as it did, and that was just partly bad. I kept some bad hands with mulligans and stuff, and other times that they just had everything. I'm not going to dive into it too much, but basically Dimir control just destroyed us. They had 5 between Eliminates and Heartless Axe in hand, which just destroys our deck. You know, like all of our stuff is in the 1-3 drop slot, so they just wiped out our deck just by having all of the Eliminates and Heartless Axe and stuff, and it was just bad. So this deck is awesome. I absolutely love this deck. The issues is that we do have lots of 2 ofs, and so it's one of those like we don't always find the perfect sequencing every single time, but we should find it more often with other things that we have in here. We should find Magda more often than anything else, right? Except for Bonecrusher Giant and, you know, Goldspan Dragon, because we have a 4 of it. There's the only things that 4 ofs, and Jaspera Sentinel. Guess what I had the hardest time finding? Our Magda. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. Like it's so dumb, but like all of the games that I lost, I didn't find Magda. All the games that I won, I found Magda. Basically, that's what it came down to. Like pretty much, if you find a Magda, you win the game. And I just can't do it all the time. This deck does have a harder time winning without the Magda than the straight up Gruul Magda deck. So this was a 2-part series where we played the straight up Magda Gruul deck, which is absolutely more streamlined. That is just more straightforward. It's like it has more focus on Lovestruck Beast, which is just fantastic, into Embercleave, into whatever else is fun. We did kind of have the Nombo in this one with Augusta turning off our Lovestruck Beast, which is why it's at a 2 of. It's still so good in the deck that it's hard not to play. You know, I can maybe find something else in that slot, maybe play a little more towards the white side of things and try to have, you know, more removal. Maybe Glass Caskets can come into the deck. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think our issue is so much the more aggro decks. We actually compete pretty well against the aggro decks because we go so wide. We have so many explosive plays with Magda and Augusta and so many stuff. Like, I love Augusta. Augusta is so good, and it has so many fun, interesting plays. As long as you have any kind of combat tricks with like Rimrock Knight, Bonecrusher Giants, it's really good. I think this deck can be more fine-tuned. I got it to 61 cards with this. That lets us have 23 lands with 2 Shatterskull Smashing, so 25 lands. That's kind of why I went up to 61, is that I was like, okay, I have it at 24 lands, but I feel like I needed one more. And I was able to fit in an extra Staunch Shieldmate, basically, which we never found either. Like, that was the other thing, too. I don't think I only found, like, okay, on the very last game, I found another one. So 2 Staunch Shieldmates, like the first game and the last game out of 9 games that I played, that I found Staunch Shieldmate, which was part of the reason I wanted to play this, is that I wanted something on turn 1. I wanted either Staunch Shieldmate, Jaspera Sentinel into hopefully Magda, or, you know, things that will help us get up to a good board state so that if we find Magda turn 4, turn 5, it's a tons of treasures we can combo off and go get the treasure, you know, get everything, which did kind of happen in the last game there, but it wasn't happening for me and all the other ones. People had a lot of removal, which is bad stuff. So how do I improve this deck? Let's dive into the actual breakdown analysis, because you guys kind of know the main idea of this deck. It's just fun. Like, the whole idea was to have fun and try to throw Staunch Shieldmate in here with Augusta, and then fitting in Showdown with Skalds into this deck that's already like, it's super, super powerful. Lets you have all the counters onto Goldspan Dragon. We got that win with it, where we were able to throw out the Embercleave, stomp the face, get 14 points of damage in with Goldspan Dragon and the Embercleave, like, because of Showdown of the Skalds. So there are some busted plays you can do with it. The card draw here is definitely worthwhile. That's one of the biggest issues I think the other deck has, is we only have Edgewall Innkeeper for card draw, which is absolutely enough. There's a reason why you play a full play set of it, and you still have a lot of ways to draw cards. But it is nice to be able to come into Naya Magda version here and have the card draw with Edgewall Innkeeper and Showdown of the Skalds. Maybe I should have a full play set of this, but I also had less adventure stuff because I was trying to go for the fun side of things. I don't know, guys. It's interesting. It's fun. I'm not sure what it is that should go to try to make this happen. Probably the biggest thing is that we need something better than mana base. So let's talk mana base real quick. Snarls. So you could potentially bring in Snarls into this deck, which would absolutely improve the ability to, you know, having dual lands is better than pathways in this kind of scenario. When we're having 3-color decks, it makes it really difficult to do. But that also means that we have to drop pathways to make that happen, which means we're basically never having the Snarls come in untapped, which with our deck, that's what we want. We want a bunch of untapped lands. And so these pathway lands make it really difficult, which would actually, it would be totally okay as long as we have Jaspera Sentinel and Magda to create colorless, or, you know, any color mana for us with what they do, which is the whole game plan of this deck. But for me, I just wasn't finding those. Like, I just wasn't finding Magda ever. And so it was all up to Jaspera Sentinel to fix the mana for the deck in a few of the games that I'm not showing. So, which, by the way, would you guys be interested in seeing more stuff like that? I've been trying to find where to throw that stuff at. For my YouTube videos, I want to, you know, have the best retention rate. I want to have the best, you know, viewer rate for you guys. So I'm trying to make sure I'm giving good, interesting games. I'm not showing the games like two games in a row against Emir Control. This Rogues match was a really fun Rogues match, but because I lost it and it is Rogues, I think it's like 80% of you guys don't want to watch another game against Rogues. So like, I have question marks here of like, do I keep that in the video? Because I don't know if you guys will actually care about it. I probably will end up keeping that one because it was a fun enough one. And, you know, Rogues happen, you know, just like shit happens, Rogues happen too. And it was more, these Emir games were more boring. So I'm not sure if I'm keeping them in. I do these breakdowns immediately after the gameplay because I feel like all of my information is fresh. Sometimes I do the intros later. Sometimes beforehand. But the whole point of these breakdowns is the chance to be completely transparent, because if I am going to be editing out stuff, if I am going to be trying to cut down to what it is that I like to show you guys or anything like that to try to get the best stuff, the whole point is that this breakdown analysis section of the video is, here is full transparency of the deck. Here it is. Here's the time that I can show you everything and not feel like I'm pretending or doing anything else like that. I'm being completely honest. I'm going to show you guys the best games because it's what works for YouTube. It's what gets me paid. It's a difference of like $60 in my pocket. And like if I make a bad decision with that kind of stuff, YouTube algorithm shuts it down. Like if 50% of people stop watching, even though I'm trying to cater to all 100% of the people, if 50% of people don't like a video because I'm showing some too many losses or bad loss or games that are just really boring, like these ones that were just really boring, then that's a difference of overall potentially like $1,000, you know, in the scheme of things, if I have bad videos, you know. And so, you know, I want to make sure I'm making good stuff, but I also want to make sure I'm also being honest, transparent, and real with you guys, which is why I'm trying to do this here too. So that's what's going on. There you go. That's the spiel. That's what's going down. I said that like 5 times. So this is the deck. It's super fun. I absolutely had a blast with this one. I did test different versions of this deck beforehand before I actually built this one, so those ones actually didn't show up in the everything. Had the same kind of issues where the mana base was the biggest issue. Whenever it goes off, it's insanely powerful. Staunch Shieldmate, Magda, Augusta, still the fastest thing you can do in the West. Jaspera Sentinel, Magda, all these other things, Esika's Chariot, Goldspan Dragon, the second fastest thing you can do in the West. And in the East, you're just gonna have to deal with going slower. I'm sorry, guys. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.